you know. So, anyways, El Diablo has spawned at the 3 o'clock position. Brown Protoss player, and we'll see what he does. I believe it's probably going to be a 4-gate since that's what the discussion was about. But of course, it is not Protoss against Protoss. So, you know, that whole discussion was about, you know, it was 4-gate and Protoss against Protoss, and it's not a Protoss against Protoss. So, we'll see what he actually does. Put down that pylon, and well, he's probably going to be adding on a gateway, and then a gas, and then a cybernetics core, because that's what you do as Protoss. Get those key structures, unless you're going to be cheesing with cannons or something like that, or doing some kind of fast expand. And in these positions, a fast expand would not be a bad idea. Even against like a 9-10 pool, it would be hard for Zerglings to actually get there to attack, assuming you have good placement with your cannons and buildings at the bottom here. You do want the cannon before the Nexus, otherwise you are going to die to a fast Zergling attack. But of course, getting the Nexus first allows you to get a lot more extra probes, and you know that's all well and good. So if you're able to take that risk, you do proper scouting and you take that risk, then it does work out. It does help out quite a bit. But of course, there always is going to be a good opportunity for Zerg to get in there, do some really good damage if he goes to Roach and all that good stuff. Even with just Zerglings, but of course, by the time this, you know, if he gets enough sentries, it's going to be really hard to really kill it off. So I don't know. There's a lot of things about it, a lot of technicalities, a lot of things you have to consider when attacking the Protoss fast expand. So it looks like El Diablo placing down another pylon at the top of his base. And while the not Cybernetics, the gateway is about to finish, we'll see if he plops down a Cybernetics. Right's about. He has the gas, by the way. Right up there it is. Cybernetics core going up. And meanwhile, back at the Zerg base, it looks like he's just chasing around that probe. He does have the pool up. He is producing Zerglings. Looks like 2 sets for now. Probably gonna be expanding behind that. Now this is pretty much a standard build against Protoss. You get the pool first, and then you get 4 Zerglings out, and then you get the hatchery. You know, 4 Zerglings pretty much to deny that pylon. You can just kill it off a lot faster with Zerglings, of course, than drones. You don't want to waste drones attacking something because they do 5 damage, and that's like nothing. So Zerglings, they do 5 damage as well, but they attack like twice as fast, if not faster. So it's much better to use them instead. So anyways, it looks like he's going to apply a little bit of pressure with those Zerglings, possibly go after this gateway. This is something that, you know, I think every player should do, but at the same time, if it means that you're not doing stuff at your base, like producing drones and getting queens and bases and whatnot, then it's not something you really want to do. It's only what you want to do if you have extra time, just to apply a light pressure. It just, you know, makes it so that Protoss is maybe a little bit, you know, feels more pressured, so he gets out more units. You know, maybe doesn't get as much tech. You know, forces him to play the micro game instead of produce a whole bunch of stuff. So I mean, it might just distract him, and that's worth it as well. Even if it's just distracting his mind, he might just put down the wrong buildings, like, oh man, why did I do that? You know, that kind of situation. So kind of keep your head in the game and whatnots. And if you're able to just keep your head in the game more than your opponent, you're gonna have a much easier time. Just keeping your opponent off balance and all that good stuff. So that's actually something I'm trying to get into a little bit more. Something, you know, more like Combat X and Cats. You know, keeping your opponent off balance. So he's kind of like, okay, what do I do here? What do I do there? Oh, I built the wrong, you know, building. You know, like I didn't do this quite right because I was, you know, stressing over it or whatever. You know, then it's, you know, it just keeps the game in your favor. So, anyways, the hat-trick has finished. Looks like the queen has moseyed her way on over to it to vomit on it and get those extra eggs going. And Protoss is expanding behind this, so he does have 3 gates here. Pretty much, if you see an opponent put on 2 gases, it's not going to be a 4-gate. So you don't need 2 gases to do a 4-gate, because I mean you're pretty much just going to get sentries, or I mean stalkers and zealots, and you don't need a ton of gas for it. You need a ton of gas for sentries for defense if you're going to be doing a 3-gate. So I mean, if you see 2 gas, it means he's probably not going to be 4-gating you. He's probably going to be 3-gate expanding or doing some kind of Void Ray or Dark Templar rush. Just so you know. And then, you know, if you don't actually know he's sending this Overlord like Paxel that just did, and scouting all that good stuff, so nicely timed scouts by him just to, you know, find a Dark Shrine or whatever. Now, of course, the Overlord did not see like the entire base. There are certain positions Protoss could hide stuff in, but I mean that's why you get a couple of Overlords maybe, and hope they don't die. So, anyways, Zerg piling up these overlords by accident in the frontier. That's something that I want to say again, you don't want to do, because if you are attacked, you're going to be losing a whole bunch of overlords. There are 100 minerals, there are 1 larva, and people don't consider the larva cost, but it is a resource. It does suck to lose that 1 larva. When you multiply it by a bunch of overlords or zerglings or whatever. So, that's why they say, you don't really want to get a bunch of zerglings. You want to get roaches because they cost less larva, and you can spend your money a little bit better. So, there is that. Anyways, Paxel here just kind of sitting comfortably, getting some roaches up. Not really droning right now. I believe it's probably going to be droning after these few sets of roaches. I don't believe he's going to be doing any kind of early pressure. That's not something I'd really suggest in these positions against, 3-gate expand. Because, he's going to have plenty of sentry. He's going to be able to easily get up a bunch of units. And by the time you get there with slow zerglings, it's going to be way too late. So I would not say it's the best idea if he does decide to attack in there. So I believe he's just getting out to defend. Apparently he killed one off or something like that. The stuff there, I don't know. But, I don't know, I don't really agree with building so many roaches. I believe that if you're going to be defending, then get up as little as possible to defend it and get a whole bunch of drones and extra hatcheries, and then pump out a ton of units. Or if you're going to be aggressive, actually he's going to be aggressive, so that's what he's choosing to do. Then you just build on a ton of units, keep building them on, attack, do a whole bunch of damage. So if you do kind of a half and half, it doesn't really work out. You don't really do enough damage, and you don't really have enough drones to get into the late game. So, I don't know, there's something to think about. Anyways, it looks like he's going to attack. I don't believe there's really, well, there's actually not that much for El Diablo, but he does have a lot of force fields. It looks like they're not, well, they're going to be a little bit effective. I would not say those are the best force fields in the world, but it looks like they're going to be making do. And I'm not sure if we're going to be for the second or not. My other partners, he wants to go. And, well, it looks like Paxel didn't make it through. He's killing a whole bunch of guys now, but there are a lot of stalkers left. It looks like he doesn't have a lot of probes left either. And, well, I don't know. It looks like he's going to be alright for now, but it did kind of set him back. Let's look at the, or harvester count, I should say. Yeah, it's definitely way behind right now. It's only 26 probes to 44 drones. Zerg, he's able to produce a lot of units with that extra money. He doesn't even have to add on too much. He's adding on that extra hatchery and all that. Just in case that failed, he has his extra hatchery, and, since it didn't quite fail, but he didn't quite win, it's going to help him out quite a bit. He has a big army, has better economy, has more unit producing structures and all that. So, he's going to be sitting pretty good. Oops. Well, looks like Roach is coming back in here. Doing some damage. I'm sorry, I'm kind of chatting with my buddies here. We're going to be doing some floors in a minute. So it looks like all these sluggers are blinking in the back and all that good stuff. I'm pretty much just waiting on Anthony here to do some floors. I'm pretty much not going to be streaming it because I don't like streaming floors, and it distracts me if I'm talking and whatnot. So I am going to be turning off the stream. Right now I know for sure I'm not casting all that great, and I'm not being funny either, so it's really just not all that entertaining. No, I'm pretty much just doing to exercise my voice, and that's going to be a good workout, all that good stuff. So anyways, I'll see you guys later on, I guess. And so this is Magic signing out. I hope you guys enjoyed the games. I'm sorry I'm not going to finish this one up, but like I said, it's pretty much just for practice anyway, so